everybody, it's Kelly and I have a new layout for you today, and I'm going to give you a break from all the baby layouts I've been doing, you and me both actually. So I'll be using quite a bit of things from Chamel's Sparkle City collection. I'm going to start because I didn't have a full page of this green background paper, and to make it easy I decided to, or what looks like a background paper, I decided to glue it to this basil cardstock that I had cut some things out on my old Cricut. That's how old this is. And I'm just kind of playing with it here to decide if I want to do that tape there, and I decide I don't want to. Now, just as I'm thinking about this, make sure you check out the still shots at the end of this, because after I shut the camera off, I put that tape on. And if I think about it, I'll tell you where when we get there. So I'm going to glue that blue or that turquoise paper, which is from the Chamel Sparkle City collection. It's the Rainy Day paper, and I glued that to the Daisy paper there, which is the Sparkle City tour guide paper. And I'm not going to make that, I want that green to appear because there's so much of that bright green in the background of these photos. So I'm not going to make the pink go all the way across. I just want that little touch of green in the background. If I had had more, I probably would have done more, but sometimes not having the necessity is a mother of invention, I guess. I didn't have a full sheet of that green background paper, so I had to figure out how to make it work, right? That sometimes actually happens, which is kind of awesome the way that happens sometimes. All right, and my ETG here was going a little crazy, so I had to get that figured out. So I'll just get this down, and I'm having to line this up, so I decided not to show you all of my hair, but I'll just line that up. And yeah, there's those holes in there, but the pink paper is very large and stable. It's just I needed a place to put it on, and I wanted, you know, I could have overlapped the green over the pink paper, but I wanted it to look like I had the green as the background paper. So sometimes how you attach your papers makes a big difference, and it would have looked completely different. It would have looked like the green was closing in on the layout versus laying it. Now it looks like it's laying on top of the layout, because I mean, it really kind of is. So I have 3 photos here of a run that I did in the city. I was in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area a week ago at the time I'm taping this anyway. And I did this gorgeous run on a warm Saturday morning, which we haven't had a lot of warm weather in the Midwest this late spring, early summer. And we're all kind of, it's getting to us, let's just put it that way. On the day I'm taping this, it's 50 degrees and rainy again. So anyway, I so appreciated this run, and it was in the middle of the city, so that's why this is kind of a big deal. I am going to use the thickers from the Sparkle City collection. These are the Bright Lights thickers, and they're beautiful. They're a powdery blue with a holographic line through the middle of them. They're just gorgeous. Now, the one thing about that is that that line through the middle makes it impossible to MacGyver letters, but that's okay. And it's called City Run because the lake that I ran around, which is Lake Normandale, I don't think it's Normandale Lake, I think it's Lake Normandale, for those of you who know the Twin Cities area really well. We were up visiting a friend, and I'm sure you will see, I know you will actually see on National Friendship Day, which will occur actually before you see this, I believe. So you may have already seen the layout of my friends that we got together for a book club and graduation of one of our children. So I added in here, as I was telling you all that massive crazy detail, I added in the 3x4 cut apart cards because I wanted something to journal on. I thought it was nice that it was kind of the skyline, since this is a city, and that is the Sparkle City Dream Big paper. Now I'm adding in that little banner that says success on it because it was a pretty warm morning. It was almost 80 degrees when I started, and so the fact that the run went so well was really exciting for me. So that's a cut apart banner from the cut apart, one of the cut apart sheets. That's the Sparkle City Stay Super paper. And then one of the things I didn't talk about, because I was talking about the run and all of that, was that I added that lenticular piece that says up and at 'em because I got up early. We had plans for that day, so I had to be up and out the door before 7 o'clock in the morning, which was fine because it was warm. And as I'm working, as now what I'm doing is I'm kind of working with collaging these 3 photos together instead of putting them in a line. I've been doing that a little bit more when I've had 3 photos, trying to do something other than just the either the 3 across, which is pretty common for me. So that lenticular piece, by the way, which are great for cards as well, but I'm putting it on this scrapbook page, sorry for all the ums, is from the Sparkle City cardstock and lenticular shapes. So I'm loving the way that's looking. When it moves, you can see a little VW bug with the balloons out behind it. That's one of the kind of themes from this collection. So I'm tilting everything here, guys. Look at me. You know me, I like my straight lines, but every so often I get kind of brave and I tilt it. So these are a little bit thicker, these lenticular shapes are, so I'm making sure I'm using my ATG and giving it plenty of room there. Or plenty of room, plenty of adhesive. I'm going to make that one photo just go slightly off onto the pink on the left side because the other pieces on the right side are slightly off into the pink, and that's just helping join the layout together because it's touching more areas of the layout, many more layers. I found this building that's the same building that's in there in the lenticular and cardstock shape. So I just put that on there because it adds another dimension into that card. It's not so flat over there. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the word run on the same sort of line as the top of that photograph instead of making it straight. I think if I had made it straight, it would have looked a little weird. And the reason I have the question mark after the word city is because it didn't feel like I was in the city. It was such a gorgeous trail around this lake that I felt like I was up, well, I was up north from where I live, but up in the woods. I felt like I was in the woods because often during my run. It was just gorgeous. I felt like I was off in the woods, except there were a lot of people around, which was fine because it was, you know, pretty kind of woodsy. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of making sure that that cardstock is glued down at the back so that the holes in it don't catch on anything. So, and that's a really weird dark green. I haven't used it in probably 5 or more years, so it's, you know, this is a nice way to use that piece up. So I was looking at perhaps using a banner from one of the sticker sheets. This is the sticker sheet that comes from with the project pad for Sparkle City that you can buy at Joann, and then this is the 6x12 stickers from the Sparkle City collection itself. And I'm going to use some word stickers here. That one says adventure. It's got a really nice holograph on it. So while I'm telling you, I told you I added in the, I'm looking at another sticker here that says go big or go home, which would have been great, but I thought it was too many words. So I decided not to use it. But anyway, while I'm talking about this, when I looked at the bottom of this, I'm going to put something at the top of the layout still yet. There was so much space at the bottom it looked odd, so what I ended up doing is running the washi underneath the success and underneath that bottom picture. So make sure you check that out in the still shots. So then on the top there I put that Be Magical sticker, and that came from the 6x12 sticker sheet. First I thought it was a die cut, but I think that is actually a sticker. I don't think it's actually, yeah, it's actually a sticker. It's not a die cut. And then I'm adding a word sticker up there that says this moment. And then underneath right now I have that sticker that says wonderful. And then there's another sticker there that says just go for it on that success banner. But what I'll end up doing is, it felt like it was too much under that banner, so I ended up shifting the wonderful over by the adventure. And you'll see that again in the still shots because I did it after I turned the camera off. It kept sliding on me, so I just did it then. I'm adding in some of the holographic stars from that 6x12 sheet. And then I'll just see those keep sliding off. I think I actually need to glue them down. They don't stick all that well, guys. So Not loving that so much. All right, guys, there is the still shot and a couple of detail shots, and there's the tape. Hope you guys are well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.